Hello, everyone. We are here now live, but this session is gonna get started in about 5 minutes. We're just gonna wait a few moments until everybody gets online. So, if you'd like to support us, if you can share with your friends that this video is going live now, please do so. It's much appreciated. So, we got here Professor Simon Lee.
Hey everyone.
He's gonna be my partner today. So just a quick reference, this session today is gonna be slightly different than the previous ones. We will work on a study hall, a virtual study hall. What's the definition of the study hall? Is that we're gonna give the opportunity to interact with all of you guys, where you're gonna ask questions, we're gonna discuss about techniques, and could be anything related to any techniques in jiu-jitsu, could be any way of any mental attitude for developing jiu-jitsu, or anything that you think that we can add some value to you. We are here to just to support you guys right now. Some of you guys, maybe you can develop some techniques that's quite unique, lapel, 50-50, uh, warm guard, whatever you guys want to discuss, and any doubts that you may have, any tricks, or even related to the rules, what worth in a competition or not. Whatever it is, guys, we're here for you. Okay, so just a few more moments, about 4 minutes left. Uh, then we're gonna get started. So that's it.
Mm-hmm. And then the good thing is as well today we're gonna be with you from 6 o'clock till just before 7 o'clock today, and then at 7 o'clock we're gonna move across to online.graciebaja.com, where Professor Draculino is going to be doing a seminar for a GB2 class for 90 minutes. So that'll be going from 7 till 8:30. I'm pretty excited about that one.
Nice.
Professor Draculino, I first met him when he came to Gracie Bar Nottingham. I think it was about 3 years ago. And he taught something called the Scarecrow Guard, which was just amazing. It was just the way he engaged the room, the amount of students that were there, and the buzz that he created was just fantastic. So
Professor Draculino always brings the vibe. He's always a funny person as well. Very, really charismatic. Really nice to listen to. It's really pretty good. I think that we're gonna have a bit of an awesome time. We're gonna also make time over here for ourselves to join the classes, and it's gonna be pretty cool. I say, guys, just a few more minutes, 2 more minutes to get started. And I don't know, just a quick reference to the movement that's going on now as well, Simon.
Stay connected.
Man, stay connected. We have so many people doing exactly the same thing as I was doing. I was just scrolling my Instagram and my Facebook yesterday, and I saw schools from all over the world. We just had a nice chat with Professor Jefferson in Chicago. I could see he was doing exactly the same thing, teaching techniques, sharing online. And it's an incredible thing to see when we all get into this difficult position, and we can see we all sticking together, all trying to contribute to our students. It's good to see that all the community of Gracie Barra is really, trying their best, adding value. They're not sitting still. They're really trying to take care of their own, which is something that I really feel pretty proud to be part of.
And the thing I've enjoyed seeing is, Braulio kind of started it with little Braulinho.
Little Braulinho.
And obviously Professor Victor had our own version yesterday, but people have been making their own grappling dummies and just get. There was a great video from Professor Fabio from Gracie Barra Tuna, and he put a whole instructional together about how you can build your own grappling dummy. And I've seen so many of them around, and it's so good to see people that they don't have the access to training partners, but they're putting things together, and so they can keep training.
Awesome. We saw also kids, getting their gis, they're getting connected, training with their brothers and sisters, they're following the drills. I saw also many videos of dads connecting with the kids, moms connecting with their kids, training. It's looking to this crazy situation, we can see that a massive positives coming out of this. It's just really bringing us together in a very strong shape. So I'm it's good to see. It's not the ideal world, but we need to look at everything with a positive mind. How can we see positive things through the situation that we are? and everything else. So that's it, guys. Now it's time. So if you guys got your uniform, you guys ready to go, we're gonna start with our warm up. And again, guys, if you are training with us, if you're gonna be practicing with your friends, if you guys are gonna be with the gi or with no gi, it doesn't matter. Okay, we're gonna be working together, but let's do the warm up. Okay, it's a very important part of the training, making sure that your mindset is ready to train, and also your body is ready to train. And make room on your living room or wherever you are training, making sure there's no sharp corners, nothing that you can land on, that you're safe. In the end of the day, we cannot do anything for you in that stance. You have to be responsible for your own environment of training for safety. Okay, guys? So please make sure you do so. And that's it, guys. So we're gonna get started. So we're gonna go with an official bow. So feet together. Let's bow. Ready for start jump, guys? Let's go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Star jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
On your back. 20 chokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Hang over your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Head up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Looking to the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Ears to your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And bridges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Hip escape on your spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nice. We're ready for break fall. Mind your side, guys. Don't need to break all the way there. If you don't have the ground to do it, make sure you're nice and careful. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nice one. Stretch your body. Sit up. Leg forward, reaching for your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Switch sides. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Both legs forward. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Butterfly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And splits. Elbows to the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nice one. Control your legs. Rock backwards and forwards. Go there and stay. Come back slowly. Okay, everyone. So now, everybody, for those who just joined in now, we are going to be working on our virtual study hall. For those who never been to a study hall session, the goal of this is to stay connected at the academy, give the opportunity for the students to discuss techniques, figure out new games, new ideas, answer questions to each other. In other ways, I like to really get our students to interact, asking questions to themselves, try to figure out what going right, what go wrong in training this week. Could be techniques related to what we've done this week, or could be techniques that you have done in the past, something that you would like to get to know more. Those are the moments where it gives us the opportunity to expand. Okay, it's a moment where we study together jiu-jitsu. I know that the dynamic of the other sessions were like we were training, we were practicing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
There was solo drills, and there was this. But this very moment is going to be an interactive part of the session where I'm going to be discussing, showing movements here, Professor Simon. You can ask questions to us, and we need your input now, guys. It could be anything that you'd like to learn, any issues that you may have in the past, how to finish a technique, how to get out of the technique, how to don't get, for example, I don't know, don't get rolled over from mount, how to escape the back properly, how to escape a technique, or how to pass a specific type of open guard, how to defend against this specific type of pass. So anything, please help us out so we can make this session exciting.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I've got a question from Hannah Walsh, who's here at Arnold. So she's a lot smaller than some of the people she trains with. And she's asking, what sort of takedown would you recommend for a smaller person against someone probably a lot bigger than them?
Good question. Now, we see, like when we get those questions, we can see how sometimes somebody with such different shape or size sometimes feel like there is a massive change in how they should play. And of course, there is always a definition and what techniques you play according to your body style and reaction to your opponent's reaction. And I think when you are somebody smaller and you're trying to shoot into techniques that requires a lot of physical strength, that's when somebody smaller find really hard. So all the throws that requires that, like hip throws sometimes require, if you got it right, it flies. But sometimes in order to get to that position, somebody bigger, before they defend, it can be a problem. So my opinion is all about creating reactions on our partner where they might be having to react or defend your initial position. So then you can try to boom, catch them off guard a little bit. If I'm training with someone bigger, maybe they have a great base, but once they trip or when they lose their balance, usually gravity helps. They usually tumble and they fall. And there's a few things I would like to reflect on that. One of them is how to set up a reaction on your partner. Okay, Professor Simon. Very simple, Hannah. I know we met before. I know, I know kind of how you play your game. and also how long you've been training, because I know that you've been training for over a year. And the stage that you probably be thinking at is, let's say, if I want to let my partner get hold of me and we're gonna be all like getting that exchange of strength, you're always gonna feel a little bit worried, right? But at the same time, you also need to count that your partner, he also tried to get hold of you. He wants to also reinteract. So if I just let them grab all their grips and then I try to do something, maybe I will be pulled across, and I won't feel like I can engage or dictate the move. I think keeping the distance is very important. Maintain the distance. Always a distance that is hard for the person to reach and grab. And if that is the case that we're gonna try to grab, he gets hold of me. Oh, I also kept hold of them. And now it's gonna be an exchange over here. He's gonna try to hold, I'm gonna hold the position. And now let's suppose I'm gonna fake a pull guard, for example, right? If I'm gonna go into a guard pull, I expect my partner to really change the posture. So I'm gonna go into a position where he really has to believe I'm pulling guard. I'm gonna go low, and I'm gonna try to pull guard, expecting to change. When I feel my partner going upright, all his body weight is back, my leg comes back to the ground, and in a sense, a double leg can be a big move, but in a way that he is reacting to my pull, it changes everything. Because when somebody's gonna pull guard, look, just the fake of the pull guard, look, I wanna be a good posture. So if Professor Simon pulls guard, and I want to maintain that powerful grip, posture, hip strong, breaking against the person's grip. And that, in order to accomplish that strength of posture, I need to lean back against it, pulling forward. So that's what's going to happen here. So when I want to dictate, we engage here. Look, I expect a little posture up. And I need to be sensitive to that. So I go here, look. And I will be able to kind of engage with Professor Simon very differently, because I'm using his reaction, so I catch the leg already on the way back. But there's another thing that is important to connect, Hannah, which is once you take somebody down, the side effect of the takedown usually does say a lot of things. Maybe the person will fall trying to sweep you back because they use your energy taking them down again. So if I think about this, I go one, step back, drive. Now, maybe they will have a hook. Maybe as I'm coming over, he wants to lift me up and get me over. So I have to remember one thing. If on the moment of the takedown, I keep myself too attached to him, he can actually go and lift me, because I'm attached to him only. But once I talk him down, what I want to do is have my hands on the floor, so my posture and my balance is better. But once he tries to tilt and lift me, I can use the switch on my hips to go against the hook. If my left leg is being lifted, I'm gonna use that lift to turn my hip to the other side, look. And I wanna make sure that I collapse the legs or go against that turn. So it's gonna go lift. Look, just by doing this against, he will struggle to lift, and then maybe he will stop, and I go back to position, and now I fight to my posture, and I'm already in a better position. So I have to learn how to use my partner's reaction in order to take advantage of that and take them down in an easier way. But every time I take down a bigger person, I always expect the counter, the explosion afterwards. Because the same way they fall with a lot of torn, using all their energy to sweep you back. So I always drive expecting to counter my hips to the side that I'm getting lifted first. So if I'm taking down somebody lift that way, I will counter that way. If somebody lifting that way, I'll counter that way. And I will do that little hip break as many times as I need to survive on the middle there until I win the position. I need to hold it at least for 3 seconds to get scored. All right? Hope I answered your question, Hannah. Another question there?
Yes, we have Ashkar from Nottingham.
Yes.
Hey there, sometimes in lapel lasso, my opponents would back away and disengage by going on their knees. What options do I then have with the lapel?
Good question. So basically, when the person has the lapel, for example, and the person, Ashkar, What kind of lapel are you talking? You talking about foot on a lapel? You talking about warm
The
guard?
lasso lapel.
Lasso lapel.
Just a lasso lapel. Okay, lasso lapel.
That's on the arm, is it?
So yeah, it's basically when the person gets into the lasso lapel, you get the lasso over. That could be here. Like, this is a lasso lapel for that. The person gets over here. I'm getting dominated, and you want to use that kind of position here and defend. And how can we still use this kind of position here? Okay, so one.
Okay.
So I've got the lasso lapel, and that is the beginning of the warm guard. In a lot of ways, if my partner lifts the leg, I can pass it on. I can use that as a warm guard, and the person kind of puts the hip away, and they go against me. They keep low. We want to expose my foot so my foot to slide to that side, and I eventually lose the position. And this is a good question here, guys. So, Ashka, if you want to continue to use this warm, lasso lapel, when the person is really low and try to sprawl across, I personally like to use this movement in a way to divert my opponent's attention. So, for example, I have this and he wants to go away from the position there. So he steps around and steps around and steps around. So the more away they go, the more problem I have. So if I make that hook the same way I would do it without a normal lasso, you can control here. For example, if I change the angle to this side, now it makes it very difficult for an out assignment to actually drop. So if I lose the angle, yes, I've got a problem. See, I want to make sure that if I have the lasso and my partner is trying to go that way, is that I change everything to that side and I maintain that hook that side. Is at this moment that I have this position, I know this will do the job to don't lose my foot. And I have to be prepared to engage differently. For example, I can start using the foot on the lapel, foot on the bicep, which is the normal spider guard. So here, I can start connecting. So if I have positions like here, and I change this side, now it's gonna be a different case for him to try to go away as much. Every time I feel, I can actually reverse very quickly to that position. And what I want to do essentially is to know that from here, I can start to make sure that he trying to change the balance. I can then pass the leg. I don't know if you could see that I force by turning.
You change the angle.
Yeah, this okay here. Okay. So if I feel like this is doing a good job and I want to start playing with this game, if I switch and I push this up, it feels like he's lifting the leg up. I can use that against him and try to catch the lapel. So now it's already connecting to one guard because I use the lapel and the angle to protect against them going down on their knees. He's going away. Look, I don't want to keep that tight. Use that position. But now look when I turn my hips. The leg goes up and I pass it up and I can change now. And then from here I can do inverted. I can go around. I can go to the other side. Now there's several different techniques that I can start developing from that. So if the hook of the lasso, lapel lasso, it's going down, it's because your hips are not helping, with the angle. So make that leg that you want to be stronger, longer. So it's impossible to do this to the leg low. So the leg, which is lassoing, needs to go deeper and taller. So then you can keep them in a different position and you can use other things. Maybe the foot on the biceps to change and catch the leg, or just stay here in a more defensive position. I feel like the lapel lasso is a very good defensive mechanism. It's good to avoid any pass. It's almost like it's exactly the same function that the lasso, normal lasso works. It's a defense mechanism. So it works really well that way. But if you lose the pressure or the angle of the foot, there's no longer does a good job. So you keep fighting to keep that alive, and then eventually you can work something else. Another question?
Got another question? Yeah, so Joey from Nottingham.
Yeah.
Professor Victor, when passing the De La Riva and ultimately breaking the De La Riva hook, the opponent goes to a deep underhook around the leg to redo the guard. He's stuck to my leg. Any passing options?
So can you just read one more time?
Yeah. So they go to deep underhook around the leg
Yeah, is that this one over here?
Yeah, I think that's what he means.
Deep.
Is that what you mean, Joey? 'Cause, yeah.
Give a thumbs up, Joey. Is that the position here?
Yeah.
I think this is what he's talking.
Yeah. So, and then what's the question? Final question?
So the question is,
Yes,
how do you pass?
How
when
do you
this
pass
person is stuck to your leg? 'Cause-
Yeah, so now what Joe is saying, that this position here, the person got a really nice Riva. I personally use that hook very much, especially when I lost hold of the top position. And now I am in a position where I really am crushed here. One thing that is very important to relate to when somebody's crushing the side is always that this hook is doing a job. The hook here, guys, look, the hook here is doing something to me. So personally, I like to turn my feet in a way that's very hard for him to get it. Okay, and now you can see that this is exactly the sort of position that people catch your foot lock as well. So I don't want to just leave the weight off here because they can actually catch the foot exactly and attack me really well. So I keep the weight heavy on the top of the leg. So even the person got a hook, I always lean back, extend my leg, and I do a turn on my knees. Sometimes they stay only with a little hook there. Again, big toe hook. So again, I extend my leg and I do a turn to the outside. As you can see, the more I do this, the hook gets further away. The problem is when I'm trying to extend and they already have a deep one, and that becomes a problem. So I always help by pushing the shin and I turn. Now that I have position like this, that is a catch here. As I open, my partner might change position. They want to try to do a few things. Maybe they invert. They want to catch my leg and everything else. So I personally do things like here. One, keep the pushing away, turn, turn, turn. Then I go with the hand right here, right low. See here? I come out, come with the hand, and now I can come with the other hand on the other side. Now, depends on what happens to the hand. There is a catch going on here. When they feel like I'm coming in, they come with their leg. I'll be able then to let it go and attack another pass over here. Why do I do this, guys? Because it's easy for me to just go and find one path and just press that path. But I always try to get a reaction from my opponent. So if I'm here, he's got a hook, he's got a grip. Number one, go extend and drop. And I do one, automatically expecting to react. As a react, look, it's different. As a different all-around situation. Crush, 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 pass, pass, pass. I've got a position. So that makes sense of that. This is one way. This is one way to interact. Now, this is a way that I'm kind of forcing a sort of reaction. I'm putting a threat they need to address. I counter the counter, and I go again. But other things you can do is by having a grip on the outside and making it difficult for them. So I'll go one, make a grip outside, and now what I want to do is to frustrate them so much that this position here becomes really badly for him. And I will go into my half step here. At this very moment, I can try to put my other shin, my other knee here. I don't know if you guys can see. Sorry,
Spin around a bit.
that's okay. And the knee here, left knee, it's gonna go on the top of the shin, causing pressure. So I had the grip, you might have a grip. And I will go into a little X, putting pressure on their hand, the grip that he has right now. There will be an immediate reaction. He's gonna try to deal with what's going on. And if that happens, I free myself. Look, it's coming in. I step around and I do a Windows wipers over that knee. And I go to the opposite side. So again, look guys. Get a little closer here. The hook, I grip, I go into position, I feel that things are changing. I go here, one, I go over, and I start to come this way here to force the pressure. Maybe you want to come over. I will put the pressure down, forcing him to collapse until I can go wipe, and go to the opposite side. Now this is already quite a lot of pressure. So then I keep baiting.
There's a huge amount of pressure on the arm.
On the arm because it makes you really feel like you're losing
I
this.
just want to straighten it and get it out of the way.
But either way, I wanna crush the hook that he has over here. So I go here, look. One, look. Go, look. Shoot away. Wipe. I got a position. Or the other one, will be as simple as one action. See, he's defending against the movement. I already changed. Look. In front of the knee, onto the knee, and a good pass. Is that clear, guys? Hope I could answer your question, Joe.
Is there another one?
Yes, Chris Barrow Rugby. Harris has a question for the kids.
Right.
Can you use the freak of the Ezekiel and the headlock from mounts to stop the turn of the head like yesterday when Ezekiel's an illegal submission for the kids?
No, this you should not.
want to use just the Ezekiel to stop. Like,
No, you can't. You can't do that. Exactly. You cannot use a band technique for that specific age group in order to create threats. So it's not. You might get the reaction real quick, and some referees might not be able to pick up in that kind of speed, but he will have the right to stop the fight there and reset the position where it was. So I don't suggest this Ezekiel because it's definitely not illegal. But this is for kids, okay, guys? But what I would suggest is, if you know the head turning is what you want to stop, you don't need to do Ezekiel to push the head to the other side, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody is going to try to turn into one side, call a grip and open the elbow to the side. There we go. Maybe it can be with the hand. Learn, get your kids to get the hand, put the thumb in, and just push across. That's already a grip that keep going. Yeah, sorry. So the hand here, thumb down, a call again. He turns into the side. Look, hand, and put the pressure on the neck. This is not Ezekiel, but it's a choke collar. So that reaction will be the same. Okay? So now then I can go for the choke, normal choke, or they will try to turn, which is going to be up. You give the turn, catch the back, and you can continue from there.
I had to 100% turn then.
Yeah,
That was horrible.
There's a good pressure on the neck on that, guys.
That's for sure.
Okay, great. We've got a question from Stora from Arnold. He's asking, when he's in the close guard and someone keeps pulling you down to break your posture by pulling on your collar, do you have any tips for how you can keep your posture strong?
Yes,
Struggling in that position.
Those questions are getting good, guys.
Yeah.
Right. For those questions, there are like common positions, but there are big frustrations for a lot of people. Okay. Number one, let's understand what makes a person in a very good position to break my posture. Okay, so Professor Simon, can you just break my posture? Sometimes they get the collar, they bring me down. Sometimes they go against my hands, they pull it out. I lose my hand. There's a few different ways. So let's suppose this. There will be moments that my partner can break my posture, but I need to know how to escape my posture. I need to get my posture back. But one way that I do to stop even the person from beginning is when they get a collar grip to push me, I always go over. That's it. Every time somebody go collar, I go over, same side. And I have the other lapel. So I have two grips here, guys. Look, two lapels. Whenever one hand goes into the neck to grab me, I will go there. Get it this way. Look, one hand over and the other hand pulls. Look. And I'll maintain my head posture. I get my pelvis really rotates. I got a really good balance because it's a big difference here, guys. Look, if somebody closes my guard and he wants to pull me forward and I have just a tall posture, he pulls me over pretty easy. But if I do the pelvis rotation, which is to lean forward, so basically curve my lower back and I lift my pelvis up, when he tries to pull me up, it's much harder to do so. I have a better control. But once they grip my collar, I have the pelvis rotation, and I also have my head up. So he's gonna try to pull me up, pull me down. We can do it, Professor. Now he can see that it's a catch. The more he pull me down, the more this hand he transferred the pressure to his own neck. So grab me just enough here to cross his chin and press, and the other hand pull and make it tighter. So when Professor pull me down, yes, I get it. But there is a catch here, guys. Sometimes I feel people getting collapsed. They pull down and they go like here, and the person pull me down. So you're not making use of these posts. In order for this to really work, I cannot bend my body. I have to maintain that straight. And the more they pull me down, more I put pressure. So I lean on it. Look, one leg up, and I keep leaning. The more they pull me, the more pressure. If I go forward more, I actually stand up, causing more pressure, more pressure. But that is another problem I see a lot of people do, sorry. When they go the pressure and they have no hands on the sleeves, my partner stopped pulling me, and now they grab my ankles. And now I wasn't ready, and the person can sweep me back. So every time you are dealing with this problem, the person pull me strong, I stand up, they stop pulling, I stop pushing too, but I started worrying about the hand. See again, you let it go, look, I want to go and fight for that sleeve. I don't want to let him free. Or if I didn't have time to do so, they will try and grab my ankle. I have the collar. As they drop the hips to sweep me, I will be with the collar and sitting on the hips. Look. One. Try to sweep me, Professor, please. Look. I basically create a balance with my hips. I put my elbows on my thigh. Good square. Hold the collar. And the more they pull me, I keep attached until I push my hips forward and the hands, look. Start pushing across. And I can put some pressure there. This is my favorite way to stop somebody from bringing my posture down. Another way to do so is to grab the two collars and put underneath the armpits. Make it stiff under the armpits as well, because my hands will always win the inner fight. I don't want to be on the outer fight. Nice and straight. I can put an angle just like that. Sorry, son. Yeah. If you know there's going to be a possibility, you can have double collar and put your knuckles under the armpits. Try to pull me partial, please. Maintain, believe on this. They try to drag me in. Keep my arms straight. Push, push, push. Look, again, hold the sleeve, break. Now I can open from standing as well. I hope I could help. Okay, but don't fall for the mistake, feeling like you're so good pushing somebody's neck, and then you feel like that's the reason why you can open people's guard. And you use and abuse the hand. I'll tell you what happens to those who believe too much on the arm. It happens this. I go there, and they push, 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 and they push, 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 and they keep using this, thinking they're winning because they tapped a few people like this. But then they go, stay pushing, push, push. One, boom, straight to armbar there, guys. So you have to know when to let it go. So the person goes there. I had the collar, sorry. And I want to change. Look, the moment I go to change, he wants to make sure he defends that. Okay? He wants to go there. If he doesn't defend this part, look, boom, I'm already going to armbar there. So this is a critical time where you need to know how to really stop this armbar. If the person's going to go there, with the collar, please. So now they're going to try to armbar me there by changing the hands. Look, I have to circle, 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 and pull my arm across, and I can try to go away. I have to keep circling towards the side of the hip and making sure I also can let go my hands from the neck because I already want my posture. Okay.
Got another one.
Another question?
Yes. Del wants to know.
Del? Yours?
Del.
I put sweep on Riva de la Riva.
What is your favorite Revés de la Riva sweep?
I put one.
Good question. Like this position here, that is one of our students that competes a lot. Charlie Adorian, you guys know, this is his favorite sweep. So I have a lot of experience on the receiving end of that and also on the application. So I'll share what's my favorite position here. Okay, when you have it inverted de la Riva, I'm gonna be done with there. Good. So now, being in this position, just for the sake of being in this position, is not very useful. Okay, I want to make sure that I have a very good reference and not allow my partner to be free so much. And I have to be careful with how I put my feet position here. I don't want to be giving things away here because there's foot locks and things like this. So one of the things I like to do here, I go inside the shin and I bring my head really close. And my foot here, it hooks the side of the leg as a way to stay attached to him. At this very moment, that is a catch here. He wants to clear this as well. He wants to stand, stretch this leg, and turn his knee across this way to turn my leg across. See? That's what he wants to do. He wants to stand, extend, and turn the foot to force my foot out. This is what he wants to do. And many times he keeps his leg away from me. That's the one. And he clears again, look, and turns so far away from that. He keeps me very frustrated here. So I know this is a fact. So when I go into this position, I need to make sure his knees are bent. So I pull the foot towards me, and I make sure the knee gets bent even more. So now, when the knee, in this moment here, even the foot is out, I'm forcing the bend. So maybe Simon can still stand and try to battle me there, but there is a battle going on here. So I will swing under, almost like I should, because one of the things they want to do as well, they want to control my collar, they offer me some trouble. So what I want to do is to come over and always with the shield, try to come for a collar, Professor. Look, I go inside. Can you see here? Hand inside the armpits, and also all the way through the other leg. But what catches this, what catches is how I'm going to go, and I'm going to swing underneath him. And that's where's the trick, okay? If I just stay here and try to stay here, I'm going to get crushed eventually. This is like the leg that needs to move. So once I have this kind of position, I make it bend, and my arms are shielding. And now look, let's swing the leg independently, and I can come over into a really good position. Can you just circle to the other side, Super? This way, one more time. One more time. One more time. One more time. There we go. So now I am in a position where I have the front, I have the leg right here, nice and tight. And what I want to do now that I got to this behind, I want to reach for the back of the pants. I want to grab something here, maybe the belt, if I can reach. There we go. Depends on the size of your partner. You can get belts, you can get pants. In this case, so I don't pull Professor Simon's pants, I'm going to keep the belt. But now it's going to be a battle here. As I'm pulling, he doesn't want to fall back because he gives the position. He's going to keep standing and walking away. That's the one. So what I want to do here is to keep pulling him with the hook inside. Can you see here what I do? I put my leg really deep in front of the belly. Can you try to stand on that, Professor? No. There we go. Sometimes it happens. Can you stand from here? I'm trying to battle. I pick myself up by shooting up. Look. Look. There we go. I'm attached with my right knee in front of the hips. Now I can let it go here and start to catch. And get the back, and I got a good position. Depends very much, guys, on the reaction of your partner. You know, if your partner falls straight away because of the pressure of the knee, you just go to the top leg just like I did. If the person keep fighting by standing and walking away, you gotta get glued with the leg right this way. So look one more time. Single leg X, you go inside. You keep framing this. Don't let the person ever connect to his arm. I'm always battling. Whenever it comes this way, I'm like battling. Look, 1, 2, look. I'm already fighting for this. That's the part I go now. Look, shoot my hips through and win the leg. Look. There we go. Once I win this hook, now I'm ready to go, guys. Because now I can go there, hip, and my hip goes over his foot. Look, careful, Simon. I hop over the foot, and I got a good position. Sorry. Nice. I hope I could answer that, Dal. I can show you also live whenever we see each other again.
Very powerful, that hip.
It's a hard thing that I was trying to explain, that how much pressure it causes, because once the person glued that, it's so much pressure on the knee, hip, and the person cannot go away or turn.
I felt it really heavily in my hip. It was just driving, like your whole body weight was just dragging me onto my knee.
And then it gives him that time to go and reach for the top back and get the hooks inside.
Very nice.
That's one of my good sweeps from inverted Riva, guys.
Yeah, okay, we've got a question from Jono from Arnold. Jonathan. Yeah.
Oh, the guys from Arnold was killing on the questions.
Well,
Come on, guys. Where are the guys from GP Nottingham? No questions. The guys are already black belts, son. I know. I knew it.
He's asking, what are the best ways, after you pull guard, to prevent someone from doing a blitz pass and to control that open guard?
Good question.
Full guard in a good way, like. You know,
Yes, the good question. So you have the chance. This is what I see a lot. Sometimes people are in such a rush to pull guard so fast, especially in a situation like a tournament, and they pull just really anyhow. and they're already receiving the pressure and the bleeds from their point.
I can think of maybe why the question was asked. Jonathan's one of our Arnold competitors. Been doing a great job out there, so well done, Jonathan. But there was it was a key match against a very athletic guy, and he grabbed the guy's lapel and he sat down, and the guy just went.
Yeah, and this is the part where, you know, Jonathan, in that situation, when you pull the lapel and you sit down, you just had the trust of your retention. There was only an intent to go and play guard. There was no intent on how to dominate the position. There probably was no intent to put the person in any sort of discomfort. So if you want to be in a position where, even to do what you just did, which is nothing entirely wrong, let's say you grab the lapel and you sit down, this is the moment where you need to know what to do. You sit down not to find out what's going to happen. You have to sit down with intent. So, for example, if I'm going to be here, Professor Simon again, and lapel is here, and I sit down, automatically I'm already there. But my foot is already in defense. I'm already foot on the lapel. It's going to try to bleed. Now, look, I circle, and I will keep then get the position that I want. At this very moment, I already decided with my legs where this goes. You know, I wasn't waiting for him to go, and now I go and fight lapel, and now it's survival mode. It will be in any sort of pull guard. I'm going to be here. And if I sit down real quick, I am on the